Oh, I had my BrianGrubb. Oh, I had my BrianGrubb. Oh, I had my BrianGrubb. It's all delayed, dude. It's gonna be crazy. Like, it's all delayed, dude. It's gonna be crazy. It's all delayed, dude. It's
So funny.
so funny. Alright. So no one can hear us, or they can hear us, but we just can't. That way we don't get the delay.
They can just hear
Don't
us.
you think you should come, like, sit in front of the painting?
Alright, we got that off. I need to turn that volume off then.
Should ask them if they can hear us to write something or something.
Alright, so
Here we are.
I guess we're on. It's just me and Kalas here right now. BT's not here, but he should be here later on. And so yeah, this is us. This is our house here. And I don't know if you guys got any questions for us. Let us know.
Alright, it's better. Inch, maple, or fiberglass.
I don't know. I'd probably say wood boards probably are more designed for lip tricks and doing rails and winch stuff.
More of a park board.
Yeah, more of a park board stuff. Like where my board's more designed, it's composite. It's more designed for the boat. Like where you want to try to keep that shape for as long as you can, so it lasts a long time. So we got some new wood decks coming out this year. So Chris has been stoked to get on some of those.
I've been riding them. They're the Urso board. There's two sizes. There's a 39 and a 41. So I've been riding the 39 a bunch, and it's a good board. So you guys should check it out when it comes out, and you should be stoked.
Yeah. So let's see what else we got here. Who are our sponsors? I ride for Billabong, Red Bull, Hyperlight, Malibu, Von Zipper, Custom Shoes, Waterman's, and Performance Ski and Surf.
I ride for Hyperlight Wake Skates, Reef, Dragon, and Daniel Watkins Deja Vu.
What all flip tricks can I do?
I've seen you do some gnarly flip tricks, man.
Yeah, I don't do a whole lot of flip tricks, but I've done like kick flip, varial flip, like kick flip, body varial,
A bunch of that
stuff. But yeah, I usually try to stick more to the boat stuff. But definitely like riding behind the jet skis and trying flip tricks too. So I think when we get that new wood board done, I think I'll ride that more behind the jet skis and make the flip tricks a little bit easier too.
What else they got?
Let's see. How did you end up wake skating instead of wakeboarding? Well, I used to wakeboard. I grew up wakeboarding and stuff like in high school and before that, and did it with my friends all the time. And I don't know. I did both for a while. Like in the early 2000s, and I just kind of really liked wake skating more, and I don't know. We were riding at the OWC a lot and hitting rails and stuff out there, so I think that's where I really started doing it, and then just taking that to the boat. And I met up with Byerly around that same time and started riding over at his house a lot, so that definitely helped the wake skate stuff get pushed.
Do you think it's easier to get injured on a wake skate? I don't know. I've never been injured before, so touch wood that I don't get injured, but I think it's more likely to get injured on a wakeboard just because you're strapped in, and it's just, I think, dangerous, but I don't know. You explain your injuries. Have you ever been injured?
Yeah, I think knees and stuff, it's easier to blow your knees and all that on a wakeboard. But I don't know. I think the worst crash you can really do on a wake skate is when you do the splits where your front foot stays on the board and your back foot comes off, and you pretty much just get wishboned. And like BT's broken his femur like that. Byerly's and Murray have both totally dislocated their knee and tore all 3 ligaments in their knee. And so that's definitely a crash that can get you. But besides that, you just pretty much just get little bumps and bruises, twist your ankles and
grip tape burns.
grip tape burns and stuff like that. So just try to keep that back foot on, and the injuries should stay to a minimum.
Boat or jet ski? I prefer jet ski just because like you can do a bunch more just like tricks on the water, like do all the flip tricks, big spins, whatever. But I like boat also just to do the re-entry. Re-entry is my favorite part of the boat, and also week to week. But Grubb's just the boat master, so I think that question was like a no-brainer for him.
Yeah. Let's see.
Do you think you feel like wake skating is growing the way it should be? How do you feel about the progression of Red Bulls bringing the spot?
Yeah, Red Bull's always been pushing wakeboarding, since the beginning. I mean, lately they've been doing a lot of wakeboard events and stuff, but like Wake Lab and stuff like that. But we used to do these ones down in New Zealand. We did them for about 3 years in a row down there, like a drift, and some of those ones down there that were really fun. And we got a couple in the works for the next year or two that'll be more wake skate oriented. So stay tuned for that stuff, and should be good. So we got some good ideas in the mix. Haven't seen the new CWB wake skates, so I'm not sure about those. So where are you from, Chris?
I'm from the Gold Coast, Australia. It's pretty much on the east coast of Australia. I'm from a town called Tweed Heads. It's perfect. It's got like this river that I live on called the Tweed River, and it's one of the nicest rivers pretty much on the east coast of Australia. So I do all my riding there, and then I come over here to Orlando where Grubb lives and ride with them. So it's good times.
Yeah, I went over there last year to film Out of the Pond, the Billabong movie. We rode over there with Chris on his river, and it's right there on the Gold Coast. Like, there's super good surf right there, and he's got a killer setup up the river from there. So
It's perfect.
if you ever get down to the Gold Coast, try to find the Tweed River and
check
it
out.
out. It's really cool. And I'm from New Hampshire originally, but I've been living in Florida since I was 10, and still live here in Orlando.
China. Is that the World Championships for wakeboards or something? Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what's going on over there. It might be a WWA World Cup event or an IWSF event. Probably for the World Tour wakeboarding stuff. So I think Dino and those guys are over there probably.
Yeah, Dean left like 2 days ago. So
yeah, it's probably one of the last wakeboard events of the year, I'm guessing.
Crocs or Gators? I'd say Gators for sure, because crocodiles, they won't mess around. They'll get you straight away. And Gators, they kind of keep their distance, but at the same time, if they're hungry, you never know what would happen. But I haven't seen too many over here since I've been here. We did a hyperlight trip to the St. John's River, and there was a bunch up there, so it was pretty scary, but we seemed to get things done.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. But yeah, we got to worry more about water moccasins where we're at. So we definitely kill a couple of those every year at our dock. So those are a little more deadly, I think, than the alligators. Is that my murdered out Malibu and rewritten? Yeah, that was my murdered out boat. So, yeah, I've had that boat for 2 or 3 years now. It's a great boat, and yeah, it looked good on that video, I thought. So we called it the mallet shoe on that one. So let's see. What do you think about LF and the wake skate industry? I don't know. It's great having those guys, too. I mean, the more people making wake skates, the more people that are going to be on them. So, we obviously want people to like our Catalyst decks and stuff, and hope they check out all the new stuff that's coming out this year. But, if you're out there wake skating, that's what matters ultimately. So, ride what you want. But we got some good decks out there, so check them out, too.
How fast do you ride?
I usually ride about, 23 or 24 miles an hour behind the boat, and like anywhere from like 75 to 80 feet of rope. And then, I don't know, behind the jet skis, usually a little slower, like 21 or 22. So, but yeah, just wherever the wake's good. Every boat's different, so you just want to find out where the wake's, kind of wide and nice and clean. And then just, adjust your rope accordingly.
Do you honestly believe? No. Who, the riders that I look up to pretty much are Grubby and BT, so it's pretty cool to have the opportunity to come over here and ride for the whole season with these guys, and I know it's pretty much a dream come true, so I'm pretty grateful for it, and I don't know who do you look up to and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up watching Scott, mostly, and all those guys. But yeah, Scott and Thomas and just the guys that started. Thomas is really the one that made the biggest push, and Scott and those guys were, were right there like doing the hardest tricks, So, just seeing those guys in the beginning and then being able to meet those guys and ride with them, from the start, just really was cool because those were my idols, the guys that I looked up to like all through middle school and high school and stuff, and to actually meet them and ride with them was really, really cool. So, or I consider the first true wake skate only rider. I mean, I was just kind of in the right place at the right time, like no one was really doing it. Everyone was just kind of doing it for fun, and no one was really trying to like take it to that next level. And I just was really having fun with it and learning new tricks all the time. And we'd go to Scott's house, and every couple of days we'd be landing something new that no one had ever done before. So just being able to do that just really made it appealing. And it is where it is now. And yeah, some guys like Aaron Reed, everyone's talking about riding a wakeboard and stuff on there. But yeah, I haven't strapped in a long time. I rode a couple laps around the cable at CWC a couple years ago on a roam, but that was about it. I haven't done a flip on a wakeboard in a really long time. But I just tried to hang it up, and I tried doing both for a while. And on a wakeboard, you're not standing on the tail. You got 8 inches of tail back there. You're kind of centered on the board. Where on a wake skate, you're all the way on the tail. So when I got back to riding a wakeboard and I had that huge tail back there behind me, like on a snowboard or something, I just felt like really weird ollieing and like didn't really get good pop and stuff. So I just didn't feel cool anymore. So I just kind of hung it up and just put all my effort into wake skating. So.
When did wake skating start?
Who did the painting behind me? Oh, that's a Chris Mack painting back there. That one's kind of new. You might have to
check it out.
You might have to lean back, Chris. So,
oh wait.
Yeah, pretty cool one. So yeah, I just got that a couple weeks ago. So why aren't we at the Trinity Runner Roundup? Didn't hear about that. Not sure where that is. Guessing Texas or something. When did wake skating start? I think wake skating started, in the late 90s. Like Barley and those guys were doing like 3 shoves on old Flight 69s and waxing them up and even doing them with like the old bungee straps and stuff. So that's kind of where it started. This guy Jason Messer on the West Coast also was doing this freshwater traction stuff. That was pretty cool and right there in the beginning too. So it was a lot. There was a couple people doing it, but the guys that were getting covered in the mag were Scott and Thomas and Drew McGuckin and those guys. So let's see. What did I first learn wake skating? I mean, I could like jump the wake and like all that stuff, but the first the first really cool trick I thought wake skating that I really thought like that I could get consistently and stuff was a toe side shove Indy. It's kind of like the staple trick, And
Oh yeah.
I learned them from Drew actually, and he kind of taught me how to do them. So when I could do that trick consistently and stuff, it made riding a wake skate a lot more fun because I wasn't falling on every trick I tried. So that was kind of a turning point for me.
I don't even remember the first trick I landed. I think the first trick I landed to really make me stoked on wake skating was probably just getting up and feeling what it's like to ride on top of the water, and I don't know, I just pretty much fell in love with it from there. So I think maybe shove or something just got me started. So
yeah,
that's pretty much it.
Let's see. Do you do a lot of winching? Here and there. I mean, we've hit most of the spots around Orlando and stuff. So when the water's right, when it rains a lot. Some spots that you can't get all the time, are doable. So we've done a few of those this year, but, you can only winch the same spots over and over again so many times. So when you find something new, though, that's always fun. But we pretty much hit up everything in Central Florida that we found. So we don't do a whole lot around here, but when we travel around, we definitely do.
Like, that one doesn't make sense.
What was it like doing the beginning of it? No, I'm not a pro model, and I have a pro model, but I'm not a pro model. And the beginning of Rewritten was awesome. We talked about it a lot before we ended up doing it, and then we ended up doing it twice. We did it the first time, kind of worked the bugs out, and then the second time we really nailed it. But yeah, I mean, it was a huge endeavor to take over. I mean, we had to get 8 boats down there, and then plus we had to find drivers for every boat, which is kind of hard to do.
5 o'clock morning starts.
Yeah, we were leaving Orlando at like 4:30 in the morning to get down there, like by daybreak and stuff. So everyone put in a lot of effort to get that done, and obviously it came out great. So it was definitely worth all the hard work, and it was really fun to do too. I mean, just being up riding like next to the whole team, like in a row. Like after we were doing the double up lines, we'd go back and we were just riding back in a straight line, and it was so cool. Everyone's just doing airs, like right next to each other, and you can look all the way down the line and like see like 6 or 7 guys down there. So that was really, really cool, and it came out sick on the video. It's definitely one of the best intros I've ever seen in a wake movie for sure.
Definitely.
So do you feel like cable is easier for flip tricks? Yeah, I'd say it probably is. Definitely flat water.
I think it's harder. I think cable, like, you're going slower and the water kind of just is more, like, harder to pop out of, I think, for some reason. But everyone else disagrees with me. But I don't know. I think cable is definitely harder compared to, like, tinny, jet ski. I think boats are the easiest to do flip tricks behind just because you got that kind of upwards pull. I guess it's kind of like cable, but not at the same time. But I don't know. Grubb thinks it's easier.
I think for flat water tricks it is just because the rope's like above you and like you can really kind of use the leverage of getting pulled up a little bit. But I don't know. I like doing them behind jet skis and stuff too. But can we introduce ourselves again? I'm Brian Grubb. This is Chris Kalas.
Yep. I'm 19 years old. I'm from Gold Coast, Australia. Again.
Yep. So have I ever been to South America? Yeah, I went down to Brazil this year. I helped judge the WWA contest down there this year, so that was pretty cool. But that's the only time I've been down there. When am I coming out to shred in Northern California? I might be out there in a month or so I don't know if it's going to be too cold, but I might be there. Big Spence. I wonder if that's the real Big Spence. It's Big Spence's birthday. Uh-oh. Tequila shots for everybody.
Happy birthday, Spence.
Yeah, Spence. Happy birthday, buddy.
Do you think wood concave is going to take over bi-levels and fiberglass decks? I think that's hard to say. I'm not sure. Maybe for like the new generation of riders, everyone seems to be into the concave boards, but bi-levels and fiberglass decks are still really good, and everybody that rides them seems to be killing it just as hard. So it's a 50-50.
Yeah, I mean, wood concaves is kind of where wake skate started, I mean, those are the first concave decks that we did, besides, like, the big old water skates that Hyperlight did, But, I mean, every board rides differently, it's all just personal preference. So, I mean, if you want to ride a wood flat deck, that's great. Bi-levels give you a lot different ride than any other board out there, and, they give you a lot of tail lift and stuff off the wake and on ollies and stuff, and then, compression boards, ride how they ride too, and they're really good off the wake, and they're good on rails, and they really hold up well. So, I think between those 3 types of decks, I mean, you can find a board that you're going to like, and I think we should keep making all 3 for sure. So,
what other questions have you guys got?
We should just have a birthday party for Big Spence, it sounds like. It's all good.
So good, dude. It's your day.
Yeah, what are you doing later? Are you going out later or what?
Does Thomas still skate?
I think a little bit, but we see Thomas once or twice a year. He's living down south now, in South Florida, down in Miami. So, but I think he still rides, once in a while, and hopefully he still is. And then I saw one. Whatever happened to the kicktail Hyperlight had on the Karma? Yeah, we just kind of got done with that board. I mean, that was kind of like a bi-level kind of blend board that didn't, probably turn out as good as what we hoped. But it rode pretty well, and BT always rode really well on that board and stuff. But I think the bi-levels now, that get your foot past the tail, it's kind of like what we were going for back then. And, the bi-levels definitely give you a lot more energy than that board did. So kind of a design that, worked for a little while, but obviously after we rode them for a couple years, realized that, we can do a lot better. So
yeah.
Does Pointless still exist? Yes, it does exist. And there's some stuff in the works with Pointless. So the website's back up. If you go to pointlessproductions.com, you can start following us there. But yeah, we've been working on some stuff, and in the next year to 2 years, you should see big things from Pointless. So be ready for that.
When is your next competition? It's pretty much the off season now, so.
Yeah, unless we get some contests going in Australia.
Which I think there will be, maybe, hopefully.
Yeah, so hopefully we can get a contest or two down in Australia and go down there this winter. But in the U.S., we won't compete again until April. Either weight games will be the first one or a toe jam. So hopefully the toe jam is alive and well next year, and we'll keep doing that.
Favorite music? I know, I kind of listen to all kinds of music. I like every category of music, from hip-hop to rock to whatever. So I think we've got a bit of everything. BT's a DJ, so DJ Drop Top pretty much supplies the beats around here. And I don't know, he always plays some good music. Nice putting out of the pond. When is the reception going to be out? When you guys gonna be on cribs like Shane Parks?
My house isn't big enough to be on cribs, so we'll probably never make that show. But we got a good spot. It's right on the lake and makes riding really easy. So
Lake Jessamine.
Shh! You're telling everybody about that lake. We got enough people out here.
That's funny.
So
Catalyst Edition VLX.
That would be really nice. I got some stickers on my boat, to try to customize it a little bit. But yeah, a Catalyst boat would be really cool. So maybe on the next one, we'll get that new Malibu in the next year or so. Try to get some new Catalyst logos on it. Yeah, we'd love to go back out to the Delta. Our buddy Rodrigo lives out there, and got a lot of friends out there. So yeah, we love to go out there and shoot at the Delta. We always get good stuff with Rod when we're there. So I don't know. I got some stuff in the works. I might be out there in the next month or so. So we'll keep you posted. I'm here in Nashua, New Hampshire. Yeah, I was born in Nashua. I moved down here when I was like 10 or 11, and I went back one time to go to one of my friends' high school graduations, and that was the only time I went back. So definitely like Florida a lot better, and can't handle the winters up there, and love it here in Florida. So this is my new home, my new old home. So
BT's at dinner right now. He should be here in probably like 20 minutes, hopefully. So
yeah, he's supposed to be here. We'll see.
We'll see what happens. What wake skate shoes do you wake skate in?
Yeah, I used to ride in Vans, but I just started riding for Custom shoes. It's a shoe company out of Australia. They're really, really good. They got a wake skate shoe called the Wake Tonic, and they also have a shoe called the Kramer that's really good. It's kind of like a low top, I don't know, just kind of really lightweight shoe, and I don't know, I really like it a lot. You can really feel the board real good, and it's got a gum sole on it, so it's really good. And then the Wake Tonic's a really good shoe too. It's like a closed cell foam, like almost neoprene style with mesh sides and stuff, so it drains water really well. So they got some good stuff, and we're working on some new stuff for the future, so it's only going to get better from here. So check them out, Custom Shoes.
Oh, yeah. Good. Cool. Where are the other questions?
What's up, Han?
Yeah.
Good. You just finished filming an episode? Yeah. Yeah, we just finished filming for First Hand at the end of August. And I actually talked to those guys tonight, and they're going to have the rough cuts done in the next couple days. But it's going to air on November 22nd. So I think that's a Sunday night in November. So definitely try to check that out. We worked really hard on it. We filmed for about a month, and we got some really good stuff. But probably this section in Washington probably be the best. So
should be exciting to see.
November 22nd.
Yes, that was Custom Shoes.
Custom with a K. Custom.
Big Spence.
Yeah, Spence, where you at, dude? We could have had your party over here.
When's the next snow trip to Tahoe? Probably never for me.
It's got to snow first. We actually shot like 10 days of my first hand in Tahoe, so that was really, really cool. But yeah, we'll definitely be back there this winter, getting our shred on out there. So cross your fingers for a good winter.
Same question again.
Yeah, that's a Chris Mack painting behind me. He's done a lot of graphics for like, you know, the old cassette stuff and a lot of Byerly's graphics and stuff, so I had him do this big mural for me. Damn, Mammoth's getting snow today. That's crazy. That's good though. I guess it is almost October, so the snow's coming.
The summer just finished.
So what do we do in our free time? I don't know. We still ride a lot, you know. Pretty much every day we're still riding out here and stuff, and been golfing a little bit. And I don't know. I haven't been skydiving too much lately, but been trying to get up there and do that. But been going to the beach a little bit, and you know, mostly just riding around here. So that's about it. It's been nice. What have you been doing, Chris?
What, in my free time? Dude, I just come over here every single day. It's what I do in my free time. Ride, chill. It's pretty much what I do. I ride a lot. And then play video games, hang out with BT. When Grubbs are here, like, not going out doing whatever he does because he's always doing activities and things. I hang out with him, but other than that, I'm just riding.
Alright, let's see.
What is your best experience feeling for out of the pond?
My best experience for out of the pond was, I don't know, I always wanted to go to Tahiti, and we got to go to Chopu and stuff and see that wave, so that was really, really cool to be there for like 5 or 6 days. And we didn't see it when it was huge, but it was like maybe 6 foot or something, but I mean, even that wave at 6 foot is pretty big and pretty crazy, so that was really cool. And then going to Australia and riding with Chris down there, you know, and filming down on the Gold Coast for 2 weeks was really fun. You know, I definitely want to go back this year. And I don't know, Chris just has a really cool setup. It's just like you ride back in these mangroves behind this little tinny and stuff, and
Behind these islands that are just like 5 minutes away from my house, it's perfect. You just leave the canals, go out, get straight into riding, and it's just good times. There's no pressure. There's not even another boat to wreck the water, so it's pretty much just like a private little training ground. It's perfect.
yeah. So
I've never actually even met Kyle Walton, so I don't know where his whereabouts are and on the winch or whatnot, but
yeah. My favorite beer, I like Budweiser. It's just original king of beers. Can't go wrong with that.
I'm more into like the bourbons and stuff, but if there's beer around, I'll drink it, definitely.
But not in the U.S. because you're only 19.
Yeah, that's true.
Wake skating got on the pro tour. I don't know, I kind of followed those guys around. My dad worked for Delta, like growing up and stuff, so I could fly for free. And so I used to fly with all my friends, like, you know, Parks and Danny and all those guys to all the pro tours. And I ended up talking the ops guys into letting me do a demo on Sunday, like a wake skate demo right before the finals and stuff. So I did that at like 4 of the 6 stops back then. And I think that was like 2000 or 2001. And then the next year, you know, it went over pretty well, I guess. So the next year they got me on as one of the judges. So they got me on tour judging, and then I could do wake skate demos, you know, on the side. And then the year after that, you know, we had the stuff behind the Sea-Doos that started. So that's kind of how we got it on there. And then, you know, we did that for about 4 years on Pro Tour, and then, you know, we evolved the Toe Jam stop into a Toe Jam tour, and that's where we're at right now. So you know, hopefully we can keep the Toe Jam tour growing and, you know, get it bigger and better than last year. Okay, don't speak Spanish. I can't read that one. What do I think of Stoke Meter? Yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know. I haven't seen anyone else's show, but I saw the Murr show 2 weeks ago, and that was pretty cool. And I think those guys are going to make it a lot better, too. I know they talk about it all the time, ways to make it better and stuff. So I didn't get to see it last week, but I think they're going to get it dialed. So it's pretty cool.
That question's funny.
Let's see what we got here. Was it better working at Performance or doing what you do now? I liked working at Performance. I worked there for like 4 years and all through high school and like my first part of college and stuff. So, yeah, man, I love working there. I learned a lot. I got to learn about you know, all the equipment. I mean, a lot of the times back then I was just rebuilding a lot of pro riders' bindings for them and stuff. But you know, it was cool just being like, you know, right there in the industry. I mean, it's the biggest shop, you know, in the world because all the riders live here and stuff, and they get all the newest stuff first. So, I mean, it was definitely the best shop to work at. And Bill Porter, the owner, is an awesome guy, and he gave me a job right when I turned 16. You know, so you know, I appreciate that, and they've been a great sponsor too. So, Performance is definitely the place to go if you guys are looking for some gear. So, love Performance. Did Rusty really come up with the intro? I don't know who came up with the intro exactly. I think Murray had a lot to do with it, and I think we were all kind of talking about doing something big like that. So I think it was maybe just a big brainstorm session, but I could be wrong. I can't really remember exactly. So, what's my criteria for a good pass? I don't know. I mean, every heat's different, you know. So, you know, I definitely like judging smaller heats and bigger ones. You know, less than 5 guys. 4 is like ideal. 5 is probably the max, you know, or people start getting lost. But I don't know, you just want to see like a good range of, you know, all the different tricks. I mean, we use that drive format now, so you know, you got to do spins and airs and flips and rails, and then, you know, your overall and stuff. So you just want to have like, you know, a run that looks different than everybody else. You know, you could go out and do a lot of the same tricks as somebody else, but if you grab them differently or if you poke them or, you know, just make them look different, you know, that's going to score a lot higher. Definitely in like the overall impression category that I judge mostly. So, do we ever ride at the projects? Yeah, we go out there a lot.
Oh, yeah. I've been riding out there a bunch with BT, Grubb, and George Daniels is coming out a bunch too, and we've just been riding that Scissor Tech, the 2.0 thing. It's so fun. It's just like perfect just to do some laps and fall off, get back up, fall off, get back up. It's just all around easier way to ride, and like Pat gives us the opportunity to ride out there, so thanks to him. And the boats are perfect out there too to ride behind. The water's always smooth, and there's like only one gator to mess with, so it's perfect.
Yeah, BT's been going out there a lot. They got those 2.0s set up, so I don't know. You can get a lot of riding in pretty quick on those things. So I haven't been out there. I've only hit them up once out there, but should get out there. They built a new flat bar out there, so should get out there and check it out. Tell us how I got hooked up with the Red Bull. Just kind of right place at the right time again. You know, like wake skating wasn't even really a sport then, but I was hanging out with Parks a lot, and our buddy Hayes Wheelis, he lives down in Panama now and does a lot of South America stuff for Red Bull, but you know, he was really into wake skating and saw some potential in it and stuff, so he got me on board, you know, back in like '02, I think. So yeah, definitely got on, you know, way before, and I've been lucky enough to still be the only wake skate athlete on Red Bull, so I'm going to try to hold that down for as long as I can, but I don't know how much longer that's going to work, but I don't know, we'll see. It's been good while it's lasted. But yeah, Red Bull's got a great team, and it's just great being a part of it. So, what do you think of lock tricks? I think those are awesome. Anytime you can lock in on a rail like that, I think that's what you're talking about, probably, huh?
I'm not a big fan of them at all, to tell you the truth. I just don't like them. I don't think they don't look right, and I don't know. It's whatever to me, but everyone else likes them, and I think it's cool in some ways. Like, people just kill it. Like, Ben Horan, Nick Taylor. I've seen Nick Taylor do, like, some good blunt slides and stuff on them, and I was impressed by that, but other than that, I'm not really into riding the board with 2 big bumps on the bottom of it. It kind of puts me off a little bit, but I don't know. Everybody's different. So, just do what you think's right.
Yeah, I think they can be cool, but, I mean, there's only so many ways you can hit a flat bar, so I guess if you put those on your board and it gives you some new options, I guess that's pretty cool. And I don't know, we messed with them a little bit, but there's definitely a lot of potential out there. And, you know, like the Nike 6.0 video, you saw a lot of cool stuff in it, so I think they're cool. Yeah, I met Sean White. We went to dinner in Vegas a couple months ago. JD and I went out there to do this rail jam in the Hard Rock pool, and he was there, so yeah, he's a really cool guy. Him and his bodyguard were there with us. So. Yeah, he's big time for sure.
Crazy. Spin or tech? Which do you like to see more?
Oh, and wakeboard judging? Spin or tech? I don't know. I like seeing, you know, hard spins and stuff. A lot of guys are doing like toe side, backside fives now, which look really cool. And I don't know. I usually judge overall impression. which is kind of like the overall style of like the whole run, which I kind of like to judge just because I don't know, it's a little looser, and you can let that style aspect in a little bit more than just kind of looking at how hard certain tech tricks are, certain spins are. But I don't know. I think spinning's pretty tough. A lot of handle passes and stuff. So I like seeing toe 7, heel 7, or combo lines like that, or toe 9, heel 7, or something like that. So
Blackout, was that underground Red Bull thing?
Blackout. Blackout was in Iowa.
Oh, wait,
that was with the
that
double
Iowa thing,
helicopters
yeah.
and Panama chapters. Yeah, those were awesome. Red Bull projects to work on. Blackout was really crazy. Like, I'm not super good at riding at night. Luckily, Reed Hansen was there that trip because he killed it. He rode awesome that whole week. But yeah, man, I don't know. My depth perception gets all messed up, and it's even hard for me to like jump the wake and stuff. So, but it was crazy. We had 2 helicopters flying over us with all these spotlights and stuff. So, yeah, in Okoboji, that was it. So, but it was really cool to do, and it was a really cool idea having those double helicopters like that. Well, but props to the girlfriend. Yeah, right on. I'll let her know.
Where do you see wake skating in 5 years? I see it growing a hell of a lot. I think the new generation of wake skaters out there are really pushing the sport with all the new tricks and stuff, so it's only going to grow twice as fast from now on out, and I think it's really just going to be good to keep watching, and I think it's just going to be crazy.
Yeah, we were hoping the recession was going to help wake skating a little bit, No one buying boats and
Just
gas prices
tinnies.
going to $4 a gallon last year, but I don't know. I mean, obviously to buy a board and an old pair of shoes is a lot cheaper, and you can ride behind a jet ski or a boat or anything. So, I mean, hopefully, it gets bigger than wakeboarding eventually, and I think it's a lot cooler and a lot more like skateboarding. You can get a lot more tech with it, and it might not look as cool, to the average person than some guy going out there and doing a bunch of flips and stuff, but it's definitely more technical, and once you do it and realize how hard it is, I think that's
really
when people
feel for it.
yeah, that's when people really get a respect for it, when they actually go out there and try it, because a lot of the guys at the top of the sport make it look really easy, and it's really not. So hopefully it just keeps growing, but we'll see. I mean, stuff we thought we'd be doing 5 years ago that we're doing now, is pretty crazy. So the next 5 years will be interesting to see. Favorite photographer? I like all the photographers. They're all really good friends of ours. Joey, Rodrigo.
Rodrigo would have to be my favorite. Actually, I don't have a favorite. I just think Rodrigo is a funny guy. He's always good to have around. He always makes a photo shoot easy and go smooth. There's no pressure at all, so it's pretty much just like free riding out there. So it's perfect. He's a good photographer.
Yeah, Rod's really fun to hang with. But I mean, all those guys like Joey and Aaron Caton and Bear, and those guys are really fun to shoot with and really good friends of ours. So we love shooting with all those guys. Let's see. What was Brostock like this year? Brostock was awesome. This is my first time out there. They finally had a little wake skate thing, and the weather kind of sucked for it, but we ended up riding in this back little canal. But it's just a cool vibe, Anytime you can go to Powell is awesome, and hopefully they go back there next year. I heard they're going to try to move it, but hopefully they go back to Powell. So, did I like UCF? Actually, both of us like UCF right now.
Oh yeah, I love UCF. It's like a movie.
Chris likes UCF girls, and I went to school there for 4 years, and I loved it. You can just kind of drive in there, go to your classes, and get out of there. And I mean, if that's what you're into, that's kind of what I was doing. But it's super fun, and there's a lot of people there, and it's a good time. So you can't really beat it. So I definitely recommend UCF. I majored in liberal studies, which is kind of like an undecided degree, but you just kind of pick 3 areas and work at that, and you can get a degree. Anyone can do it if I can do it. So stay in school.
I should go back for a little bit or something. I should try and go to college for a little bit, maybe. I don't know.
So,
Do you know Sean Murray? Sean Murray is Dean Smith. If I know Dean Smith, I know Sean Murray. Pretty much, he's an exact replica of Sean Murray, but Sean Murray is a great guy. I met him for the first time this year doing rewritten stuff, and he's always been nice to me since the start, and I'm just stoked that he's been so accepting of me being like a new member on the team and stuff. So But you've known him for a while, and
Yeah, Sean's awesome. I mean, he's a legend in the sport, and I grew up watching him, back in the day with Scott and Gator and all those guys too. So he's an awesome guy, classic, and he's doing the family thing now and just loving that. He's got a really cool daughter and stuff. So, and one on the way, I think too. So, yeah, Murray's awesome, and he's still ripping. So that's even better. The only thing good about school is the parties. Yeah, the parties are definitely good at UCF. Definitely.
A lot of underage girls out there. No, that's a bad thing, but who do you get along with? Any other questions regarding wake skating?
Let's see. Yeah, we get along with everybody in wake skating. I mean, I'm a lot older than most of these guys that are kind of doing it now, but, we're all kind of on the same level. Wake skating, we show up to an event, we're all just there to ride. So, I mean, there's definitely some rivalries there, and, we definitely want to win when we go out there. We're not going out there to lose. So, but, I mean, at the end of the day, we're all good friends. And, like we had Andrew Prester and Stu Shin came over yesterday and rode with us and stuff. So, I mean, we ride with all these guys all the time, and I don't know. It's definitely competitive when you get to a contest situation, but we're just out there, riding
on the lake. It's just good times.
So let's see.
What tricks are you working on right now?
I want to see. Yeah, we talked to Sluggo the other night actually in Vegas. So I don't know if the Vegas boys are on here, but if they are, what's up? But yeah, Sluggo's been boxing again. I don't know if Callie. I don't know who this is, but Sluggo's been boxing again and stuff. So he's living up to his name again, and he's got a couple wins. So if you know him, give him a call and see how that's going. Yeah, Cherry Nightclub. Oh, you know Slug. Who is that?
What are you working on, baby?
What's up, Cameron?
Side shove to indie finger flips.
Yeah, what's up, dude?
Crazy things. New 540 shove variations. I've been thinking of new kind of bigger spins, trying to work with the 540s, combining it in that. I was maybe going to think of trying one of those 540 backside bigger spins, but they're pretty hard, and I think it would take me a few goes to get it, but hopefully one day you guys will be able to see something like that. Maybe. Do you do a lot of skateboarding? I used to skateboard before I wake skated for 3 years. I'd just come home from school and just skate every afternoon, and then pretty much when I was introduced to a wake skate, my two favorite things were skateboarding and water. So to be able to have the two things combined into one, it was just a no-brainer, and I was just obsessed with it straight away. Vince, I've still got your jumper, and no, I don't do heel flips. If that's you.
My favorite video of all time. My favorite wakeboard video would probably be Spray, just because it was, the first video I ever watched that really made me respect wakeboarding and really want to do that. And just seeing Scott and all those guys at PAL was pretty dope. And then I don't know, my favorite wake skate video. And I like all the volume videos that Scott did.
My favorite wake skate video ever was definitely... My first video I ever saw was pre-pop, and I thought that was sick, but Fill in the Blanks was the wake skate video that pretty much just made me just want to wake skate, and I watched it every morning. But then I watched Counterfeit This and George Grubbs and BT's sections. Even Scott's was just so good. I used to wake up every morning and put George's section on and just watch it because I just thought it was amazing. And then from there on out, I don't know, to be able to ride with him as well. George's been over here riding a lot. BT's been making a podcast for him, and he's got some crazy footage. So you guys will have to wait and check out YouTube or whatever it gets put up on, and it's going to be insane. Good stuff.
Yeah, BT's got some good stuff coming out, so check that out. Yeah, Sfumato is definitely a classic wake skate movie. So that one's definitely got to be mentioned, like Jared did.
I don't think I've ever seen that, to tell you the truth.
BT's got it in there. You can check
Really?
it out. Yeah, we got a copy of it here. Alright, hang on one second. Cal, hold it down.
Yeah, well, I don't know why Nick Taylor moved to Cali, but Nick Taylor, I think, is one of the best wake skaters out there. Nobody can ride like him. He's just got that perfect style of just straight consistency. Every single trick he does is perfect. So if anyone wants to wake skate, I know I look up to him a lot, but if you ever want to see wake skating done right, look up Nick Taylor. He is the man. The coldest water I've ever ridden in was probably in Canada last year. It's this lake, I forgot what the name was, but it was crystal blue, and throughout the winter time it freezes over, so the ice is on top and people like roller skate or whatever it is on it, and I think it's insane. But in Australia at the moment the water gets pretty cold because it's winter, but other than that I'm pretty much having endless summer coming over here, or summer for year round, and then going home straight into summer again. So I rarely get cold water, so it's good. I don't know much of it, but you guys gotta check on those.
What's the coldest water I've ever ridden in? Oh man, I rode at a Seattle Seahawks game a couple years ago, and it was about 35 degrees. It was at a little pool stunt outside one of the playoff games in January, so that was pretty freezing. Let's see. Has ever done an invert? I've tried some inverts this year. Definitely a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. But I don't know. It's definitely possible, I think, but it's going to be really tough to do. So you take some pretty good slams on it. So
definitely,
it's going to take some commitment for sure.
I don't think I've ever tried one, but you never know what will happen if you think about it. So
yeah.
Have you guys seen what Clint Tompkins is making? I've seen a couple of boards Clint's made, and I think he does a good job. He's keeping that kind of campus style alive, and I think he rides the boards really well. Like, I was watching him ride at OWC a couple months back, and he was just so consistent on that board, and the way he hits the rails and hits the kickers, he just makes it look so easy. So big ups to him and his boards, because they're really good. Do you have any pets? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got some pets. I just saw Nina over here. Nina, come here.
Nina. Emma. Come here. Emma.
This is Nina.
Come here.
She's a blue pit.
Whoa.
She's awesome.
And this is Emma. Emma.
And there's Emma.
Hello.
So, yeah, we got some good dogs here.
Lab pit.
They're good guards of the house.
Emma's a little lady. She's so nice, and if you ever come over, she won't hurt you, but Nina will. Maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, they're good dogs. So, let's see. Which of my sponsors is the most demanding? None of my sponsors are that demanding, really. I got great sponsors, you know, they take really good care of me, and I don't know, they all keep us kind of busy, you know. Like last year we were doing the Billabong movie, so we were doing a lot of stuff with that. And I don't know, we always got Red Bull projects, you know, that we're working on, either, you know, wakeboard stuff where I'm helping them judge, or some wake skate stuff. So I don't know. Yeah, our sponsors take good care of us and help us do this for sure.
How much Red Bull do you drink? I think I drink a lot more Red Bull than Grubby. I'm always in his fridge going throughout his Red Bull, so it's always good to go out and ride and always have a Red Bull to refresh you before you ride. But thanks to him.
Yeah. Yeah, I usually have like one a day or so. Like usually before we go on the boat, I usually grab one. But you know, they hook us up with cases and stuff, so there's always an abundance of Red Bull around here. So
yeah,
that's always good.
There you go.
Yeah, our Emma's definitely bigger than Lyman's Emma. It's pretty funny they got the same name. So, but yeah, two totally different dogs. So, how did I start judging? I started just, you know, doing that wake skate stuff on tour. You know, I was helping out, or I was trying to do those demos, you know, and get wake skating on tour. And you know, I got a real like good wakeboard background. I grew up, you know, with all the Pointless boys, and you know, I feel like I, you know, have a pretty good opinion on what's cool and what's hard, and you know what's, you know, technical and stuff like that. So so did Bish, and he hired me, and you know, I've been doing it ever since. But you know, I like doing it. I feel like it's kind of giving back to the sport, and you know, I like traveling with those guys, and I feel like, you know, hopefully my opinion, you know, is valued on the tour, and people respect my judging, you know, because I know there's been some tough beats out there and stuff, and when I turn my sheet in, I feel like I can always kind of explain why I put you there, and maybe you don't like it, maybe you don't agree with me, but I think overall, like, I haven't had too many complaints where I wasn't able to like talk my way through of how I got to a certain score or whatever. So I don't know, if I start here and then I'm not a good judge, I'll probably retire. But
I don't think I've heard that from anybody.
for now, I'm gonna try to stick with it and just try to do my best and get those guys through some rounds. Let's see. Red Bull is privately owned. Yes. How can you get sponsored by Red Bull? Red Bull usually finds you when you're ready to ride for Red Bull. So they definitely got people out there looking all the time. So.
What? You definitely do not have a lower back tattoo of a unicorn.
No, I have no tattoos and definitely not a tramp stamp.
That's so funny.
And that's a bad rumor, so let's just cancel that one right now before it gets any bigger than this. So, let's see. Yeah, everyone's been cutting back. Yeah, kind of.
What other question?
Yeah, you guys are tripping about that tattoo.
You've been to looking at a transgender.
I haven't been to McCormick's yet. I'm a goofy footer, so I don't have a really big urge to go down there and ride a left foot forward cable. But
Is that Tampa cable?
Yeah, Tampa cable. Have you been there?
No.
Yeah, I haven't been down there yet, but I really got some fun rails and stuff, and I'm sure I'll make it down there eventually. So, but yeah, cables are fun. So, do we ride with Reed? Yeah, Reed comes by every once in a while. He lives out in Groveland or whatever, so I don't think he comes to Orlando all the time. But yeah, he comes over here once in a while and rides.
New shapes. Pretty much the new shapes, the Catalyst range this year. It's just the Urso board. It's a new wood concave board that I'm going to be riding. Comes in two sizes. It's a 39 and a 41. It's an all-around good board. If you haven't heard us talking about it earlier, then it's a perfect park board for re-entry, week-to-week rails. It's an all-around good board. It's comfortable. I've been riding it a bunch, and I've been having a good time with it. So check it out when it comes out, and I'm sure you guys will be stoked on it.
Yeah, I just started working on my new board for 2011 too. So we're gonna be changing up a lot of stuff on that board, giving it a totally new look and a new feel. So obviously that won't come out till Expo of next year, but definitely are redoing that shape. And we got the wood boards, the Urso that Chris was just talking about, coming out this year. And also we're gonna have BT's bi-level coming out real soon too. Not sure if it's gonna make the beginning of 2010, but it's definitely going to be a mid-season release. Pretty much as soon as we get it done, we're going to get it out. But we had a couple of hang-ups with it. So he's got one, and we're getting it all finished up right now. So it should be out in the next couple of months, hopefully before Christmas. So we'll have a good bi-level on Catalyst too. So Brian, did Thomas ever recover from almost winning wakeboard? Yeah, Thomas was an awesome wakeboarder, man. Like, if you watch all the old videos, I mean, he was doing a really hard stuff, and he was always riding different boards than everybody else back then. Real big boards, kind of like, the big boards at Rusty, like 147s and 145s. He was doing that a long time ago. So when a lot of people were riding squirts and a lot of small wakeboards, he was riding big ones at the time. So he's always kind of had his own take on things, and it's always been really, really cool.
Do you feel a 7 will ever be spun on a wake skate? I think it's possible, Reed Hanson's shown us all that backside fives and just normal fives are possible, and I think 720s one day will be crazy to see on a wake skate. Like, I think we'll see it off a double up first, but if it ever happens week to week, then whoever does it is the man, and I'll have a lot of respect for him. But I think it will be crazy. It'll just be the coolest thing to watch and just see it done on a wake skate, because it's pretty much a trick that everyone thinks will be impossible, just like half the tricks that are being done these days that are getting done. So
yeah,
of course, if I were like,
who's my favorite Alliance guy? I like all the Alliance guys. I mean, Billy and working with Keith and Josh on the rewritten video was really, really fun. Those guys killed it, man. Those guys worked so hard this year doing Parks' movie and rewritten. I don't even know how they did it, but you know, both
They
those
fit it
movies
all in,
came
yeah.
out so amazing, and they were a lot different too. You know, so it's not like they're just kind of cookie cutter and these movies out there. They definitely take a lot of pride in what they're doing, and they make them unique for each video. So those guys are rad.
They're always entertaining to watch, so it takes you on a trip.
Yeah. Tim Kovacic, I haven't heard that name in a long time. I'm sure he's still around riding. I think he still lives down in Polk County. I think JD probably keeps tabs with him probably the most. So if I don't know if you know JD, maybe give him a shot. You could probably find Timmy. So yeah, we work with Pat on new rails all the time at the projects. Pretty much anytime Red Bull wants to build a new rail or anything like that, they call Pat up and have him at least design it, if not build it, and do everything with it. So.
And there's a new cable park in Australia at Penrith getting made, and Pat's been designing all the rails that's going in there too. So that will be finished in October. So luckily I get back in November and it should be ready to go. So I can't wait to check out all the new designs and stuff on all the rails there. Should be fun because Pat is a really good rail designer. Who else are the legends we're seeing?
What's it say? Let's figure out something. Yeah. Yeah, we did a few winch stuff. Like, well, kind of a lot of the stuff we did in Australia was just jet ski that kind of looked like winch stuff in out of the pond. But we did some winching in the Philippines and down in like South Florida and stuff that was in that movie. But about the Parks documentary, yeah, I thought that movie came out really, really good. The premiere in Orlando here was insane. They pretty much sold out the Hard Rock Live, which is like 1,300 people, and it's like one of the biggest venues in Orlando. So.
It was a really good vibe. So I was really entertained throughout the whole movie, just sitting there. Your eyes just don't even blink. You're just glued to the screen, just like, whoa. So if you guys haven't seen it, you guys should check it out because it'll be really good. And I know everyone that watches it enjoys it a lot. And it's definitely a story that I don't think anyone else could live up to. And I don't know, I think he's a part of a crazy family, and with that movie you'll see that.
Yeah, I was in Performance the other day, and they already got it on DVD in there, so you can definitely buy Parks' movie online or at Performance. And yeah, it came out sick, man. I mean, it was bringing a lot of people to tears, because it's a pretty crazy story to see like what Parks has been through, and he's still super young, and he's just like lived
Crazy.
So much already. So it's a great story and a really good film,
and the ending to that movie is really crazy. So I'm not gonna tell you what happens. You gotta go see it, and you guys will be impressed.
Yeah, Parks is mental, man. He's awesome. Have you seen any Aborigines besides Shannon Best?
What?
No, Shannon's the only Aborigine I know.
Oh man, I've got so many Aborigine friends back home, but I don't know. They're cool. They're definitely cool. They're not as angry as what they used to be, but they're definitely good friends, and they're good to have around. They're good Australian part of Australian culture.
Yeah, about Parks' crash too. I mean, I'd seen that video one other time before, and I always thought it was like when he caught the rails when he blew his knee out, but it's actually like when he landed on his back, and they play it in slow mo, and you see his whole leg just like move so far out to the side, and it's just not even cool to watch. It's just nasty. So it's kind of like when Scott blew his knee out in that volume.
It's sad. That's the part where the tears start dropping, because you can just see how painful it is and how much it hurts him as well. So it's intense.
Yeah. So check it out. He's Rita Cherokee. I don't know about that, but I've seen him and Balzer playing with some dream catchers over the years. So.
You live pretty close to downtown, so you know a little bit.
Yeah, and the Crassen's kind of fallen off on the downtown scene, but Drew McGuckin is definitely holding it down as the new downtown resident. But yeah, I still get down there a few nights a week. We got really cool cab drivers that we know down here that take us down there and make it really easy for us to get there and back. So yeah, we go downtown quite a bit. So if you're ever in Orlando, you'll probably see us out there.
These are some good questions right here.
Oh, what's up with the foam? Why no grip? I don't know. I do have grip on my board actually, like but
He switched it up. He ripped his foam off and put the grip tape on, and I think he's been enjoying it a bit.
yeah.
How's it feel compared to the foam? Is it
Yeah, I mean, it's
better,
good. I mean, like when we're designing new boards, all the boards that I ride are all grip tape. You know, we don't have the foam to like put on there and stuff. But I like how like the foam takes out a lot of the vibrations of the board. It just makes it really solid. Like kind of like if you land on the tail sometimes and you kind of like have your foot. I don't know, like when you kind of case the wake and like land real tail heavy, it kind of you feel a lot of vibration in your board and stuff, and it just feels kind of.
And it puts stress throughout your feet.
Yeah, you just like feel it. I don't know. I really like that, like with the foam and behind the boat, it's great because you get really good traction and stuff. But definitely for flip tricks and stuff, it makes it a little harder.
Yeah.
I mean, on grip tape, you get that slide like off the board, where on foam, your foot really locks in. So, I mean, it's totally personal preference. But yeah, lately I've just been riding straight grip tape on my board, so it actually works really, really good. I mean, my board has a lot of concave in it, and a lot of that gets taken up, when you put the foam on there. So when you peel all that off, I mean, you see like how steep the concave is, and it still makes it a really good ride. So you could ride it, definitely with grip tape too, and it's gonna be good for you. So I got my board here somewhere. I can grab it maybe and show everybody.
And I've pretty much ridden grip tape ever since I started wake skating, and I've tried Grubb's board and I tried some other boards on the St. John's River that had the foam top deck, and I figured that it had a lot more grip than what grip tape did, because when I was riding I couldn't even adjust my feet. Like normally on my grip tape I can move my feet wherever I want it, however fast I want it, but with the foam it just glues and I'm stuck. So I guess it's good and it has its advantages, but my personal preference would be just like grip tape for sure, except for the grip tape burns. They're the downside of it.
Yeah, that's definitely the only downside. So, do I ever find myself wanting to talk with people at boat shows? Yeah, I love talking to people about wake skating and stuff. I mean, that's how I got into it. I mean, I got into wakeboarding from going to a clinic, like way back in the day, and having the pro riders of that time, like Darren Shapiro and Dean Lavelle and those guys, and they'd always take time out to, come do demo. It's in my truck.
Is it unlocked?
It might be. I don't know my keys. But they always took the time to like, take me riding when I was a kid and like Grom coming up. So, I love doing clinics and definitely talking about my boards to people that are interested and all that stuff. So yeah, I definitely like to, I'm kind of laid back, but if people want to talk about anything, I'm there. So that's no worries. So. Hey! Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Yeah, my board comes with grip tape over foam right now. It's foam with grip tape on the top, so that's kind of what we run right now. So, yeah, sorry about that. My dog's barking. Someone just came in the front door, so. So, what's the best hole-in-the-wall restaurant in Orlando? Well, we lost the best one, the Deli Planet. Went out of business a year or two ago, so we're still pretty sad about that. But, I don't know, there's a place called Jalapenos really close to our house, this little Mexican joint that's pretty good. So. Oh, yeah, Chris is grabbing that board right now. So yeah, this is my deck for 2010, and it's quite a sight everyone wants to see. So
grip tape. That is all grip tape, right?
All grip, buddy. So I just left like one of the foam pads back here just to kind of try it out and see, but yeah, it's just straight grip tape. So. It's awesome, man. You can see like how steep the concave is and stuff, like the shadows of it. I mean, it really dishes it out, like where the foam kind of hides like how steep it is. So you can really get your foot, real far back on the tail and really get it locked in. So it's great for pokes behind the boat and stuff. And I originally did it just for like rails and kind of like a board that I could ride behind the Sea-Doos and stuff. But I've been riding behind the boat and really liking it behind there too. So.
It's good.
Try it out with your old Catalyst if you want. So, but yeah, the new ones do come with foam, and you know, I'm going to be riding that setup a lot too. So they both work good, and it's just personal preference.
Yeah, my board's in the back of BG's truck, and he's not here right now, so
sweet.
I can't show you that. Oh, wait, have you got it? Grubby's just getting it. Yeah, here it is there, so 39.
This is a beat up one.
This is my one that I trashed straight away, but it does the job, and it's a good board.
Yeah, so this is like the first one we got back, and you know, we're waiting on the next shipment of them, but it's a really good board, so it's good stuff.
Catalyst. Yeah.
What does the women's side of Wakeskate look like? They have a women's division at all the contests and stuff, and there's, you know, definitely like 5 or 10 girls that ride in it, so they're pushing it too. There's some girls really trying their best out there. The length of my new board, we switched all our board sizes to inches too, just kind of for an industry standard. You know, everyone's been doing it, and we don't want to do like the metric stuff, the centimeters, like wakeboard stuff. So I have a 42 and a 44, and then the Ursa is coming in a 39 and a 41. So, and then BT's board's like a 42 as well. So, and that's a bi-level. So those are the sizes we got on new decks, and yeah, that should cover it for everybody, I think.
Wow, it's been an hour already.
Yeah, it has, huh?
Good times.
So, yeah, I don't know. I guess we could wrap this thing up if no one's got any more questions. I think Steph Tor has landed a kickflip. Yeah. So.
Show your ink. Nobody's got ink here.
Oh man.
Thanks everybody for your questions. It was a good show.
Yeah, thanks a lot, and
thanks to Stoke Meter.
Maybe next time we'll get BT. He's kind of an elusive guy, so he was standing us up tonight. But you know, maybe we can get him on the Murr show or something.
Maybe
we'll get him out there. But I don't know. We'll see. Any more questions? Any more good ones? Is that it? All right, guys.
Thanks once again.
Yep. Thanks a lot, and we'll
keep
talk to y'all later.
Keep wake skating.
Check out the Kalas stuff. Later.
Yeah.